right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Brooklyn Barons and the Washington Redskins. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. Short boot, take it at the 21. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard. Line. Their own 40-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
2nd and 4. Now this one complete to Smith. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Whip. Watch the whip. You got free. You got tight right there. Check. Save. Watch twist. Watch out. Shift. Watch the shift.
They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Stay focused. Come on. All right. I got you.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Guys, they'll try to run it. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11. And here's 2nd and goal. Again, Geis. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. Sanders' kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. It'll continue to be interesting in these wet conditions how these kickers fare, but first test, passed.
And how about how the special teams unit handled that? A lot of concentration to make sure the ball didn't slip through his fingers. After the snap, got it down and let him pop it through the post.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Back to throw now on first down. It's caught. Smith. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Check 43. Deuce. Check 52. Go.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
You better be afraid. Leo. Check three.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
It's going to be a long day. Wide. Get wide. Kill. He's coming. Deep rip.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Here we go. 50. Mike 50. So don't say that.
2nd down, it's Henderson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Here we go.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
8 read. 50 to Mike. 6 man. Pilot, 64. Read. Check 37. Yep. Hey, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh? Let's go, D. Mike's 50. Mike's
61. Matchbox lights.
Get ready. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
That's another Washington Redskins first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
Mike 50. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
2.
Now back to throw.
You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery able to record his 5th sack of the season. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Jet bomber.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. It wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Eluding the pressure right. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. 16 yards, a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Mike 50, Mike 50.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Complete. Smith has it. The Redskins have the first down on a pickup of 18.
Go! 18 Gator. Chopper!
Fifty's the mic. 50's the mic.
Hey, exit. We taking wins home.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Hey! Now.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
I got you, son. I got you, son. Check 99. Check 99.
2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And it's third down. Third and long.
Ready? Stiff right. Stiff deep. Let's go one more. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Four down. Four down.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back.
Ready to break.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Hey, 50. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Hey, orbit. Deep grip. Deep grip.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Brickstone travel.
Check the backer. Check the backer.
Check 13. Check 13.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. This is Geis. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 46-yard
He's
line.
crashing.
X3. 218. Chopper.
Switch. Alert 3. Alert 3. Alert 3.
Shoot.
On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
3rd down.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
Slam.
Fair. Go.
Go get him. Go get him. Go get him.
Hey, Charlie. Get it.
They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Squeeze.
Here we go with Geis. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
SOS.
Protein spill.
SOS.
Now a give, right side, it's Geis. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Check.
General West. 5.
Now a run with Geis. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
6-6, pull it high.
Mike 50.
Yo, go. Big rip.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I haven't met a defense coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check. Check hot route.
61, matchbox lights. Hey, high 7.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that D-line.
He'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Get your swerve on. Check.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Check Mike 21. Woo-hoo. Chef. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Shoot.
Geis. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Get it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike.
Let's go.
He'll drop the throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Nicole Hardman, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Geis, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Hatchet. Shift. Slam. Slam. Hey, check 24.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Crunch time, defense. Save. Switch.
2nd and 5. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 3rd and 5.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one.
Watch out. Shift. Watch the shift. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Kill, swing.
On 3rd down, Jefferson. He's going to be marked down very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming. They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson, and he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Check your hot read. Check 26. 81. Joker.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up while the trainers take. Take a look. We'll step aside. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal.
Come on, QB, come on.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here.
You're not ready. Switch, switch. Wheel, check, check, check. Hey, deuce.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They'll try the left side. Jefferson, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10.
Let's get off the field, D.
Hey, Foxtrot. Yeah.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Let's go.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Now a handoff. Geis going right. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
At their 48-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 10 Lobo.
50. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready.
Deep river.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis.
Tighten up.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Looking to throw. This to McLaurin out on the left side. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Greystone, Travis.
On the handoff, it's Geis. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give the Redskins 13 there on a first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. That's right, baby. They don't want it. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up.
X3. 218. Chopper.
Come
Hit it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
Yo, dude.
On first down, this is Geis. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Come on, set. 8, read. 15, check. Look at me. Zipper.
Let him know. Let him know. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Hey, Echo. Get it.
They'll hand it down to Geis. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter play. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Check 37. Check 37.
General West.
Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Darius Geis, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. So here are the Redskins now, an important 2-point conversion.
6-6, bullet high.
I'm coming. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
You don't see her.
They'll try and run it here. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time.
It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 29. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's got Smith here. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
Let's go. 50, 10 Lobo, 50 to Mike. Watch the out. Hey, switch gears. Hey, no, look, we got Mike 50, huh? Here we go. Mike's 50. Mike, watch the squeeze, get in there. Here we go. Sponge. No, let's go.
He's back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
No. Off. Jam. Tight dog. Rock. Out. Hard. Out. Watch the safety creep. Back. Lock it. On the bump.
They're going to run it left. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it.
Bravo. Check safety. Hey, check Mike 21. Hey, lock it. Check Mike 21. I'm coming. Watch that. Go on.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
64, wait. Check Mike Alpha. 21, check Mike 21. Watch the pass. Hey, check Mike 21, check Mike. Man. Look, squeeze. Fight.
They'll look to throw.
Check back.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And now they get the timeout call. So they got one of the big plays that they needed. Can they do it again? Don't change that dial.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Down. 30 base.
Check by 21. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
61. Matchbox lights. 5.
Check by 21. Mike.
Yeah. Deep river.
Back to throw. Boy stays up. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That's how we do it.
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark